worry. You won't remember a thing.
Come back to our mind. Something you once knew. You don't remember.
You can't remember anything?
No.
Did you forget?
This world is not real.
We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
The radio have brought us closer together, reaching millions throughout the world. To those who can hear me, I say...
What?
Forget about it.
Don't you remember?
Got it memorized.
What is wrong with you? I can't remember this shit.
You don't remember. Why am I not surprised?
Don't take it personally. I don't remember what I had for breakfast.
Gluten-free waffles, sir.
That's right.
I don't remember a goddamn thing.
The body cannot live with
Why do I always forget my words when I'm speaking?
Drop down and say,
Remember the time.
Doc, none of us can remember.
Remember.
Just remember and write it down.
Remember this day.
Keep it in mind. Come on, you write a pen and write this down. Write it down. Write it down. Concentrate.
Well, I'm going to say my apologies now if I forget stuff or am all over the place because I hit my fucking head today on concrete. But what's back? What's back?
What's back is this show.
It's already happening. It's already happening.
I know. This is a little woozy.
Yeah, a little woozy. Yeah, that's what you would call it when you smack your head on fucking concrete. That's always fun.
Well, what's fucked up is that it happened right before you left work. It's like,
I was almost done with work. That's
it's like
the
you
thing.
leave work and you want to relax, and it's like, no, you can't relax after that. To like lay down and potentially pass out.
It ran through my brain. I was like, man, I should go just take a little nap. Well, you know what's good is the fact that it's a protruding fucking not wound, but it's protruding injury and not sunk in, because if it was sunk in, that'd be, worse.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know I don't have a concussion. It just really fucking hurts right now. Oh.
And despite all that, we're back. Punk bitches.
We're back. Injuries and all.
Yeah, they were thinking like they saw their viewer count. I don't give a fuck about the viewer count.
I think we stopped giving a fuck about the viewer count, what?
Since episode 1.
Since
day one, son.
Since day one.
This is the show Won't Remember a Thing, the show where we are stuck in the time capsule today, and today is February 13th, 2020, motherfucking 2.
Super Bowl! Which is happening right now as we are recording this.
Yeah. And he's BJ and I'm Gene,
yes.
Just for any newcomers out there.
And I wanted to get to this so long ago, but we never just never did. Nebraska was just absolutely god-awful this year. Just fucking awful. It was just to the point where I just never wanted to talk about him. There was just never anything good. Nothing. Just nothing. But with this season done and everything done, there has been some change in the Nebraska just team as a whole. For one, Adrian Martinez is not on the team anymore. He transferred to Kansas State. We got a fucking transfer quarterback by the name of Casey Thompson. He has the all-time record in the Big 12 for getting 5 touchdowns in a single game. So it's like we got a fucking stud coming in. And we got a bunch of fucking transfers coming in. On paper, it looks good. Now it's just the thing of it needs to actually something needs to happen. Because I'm telling you right now, effort doesn't do much when we keep fucking losing. Alright? If it doesn't work out this year, Scott Frost's fucking career is going to be dead in the water in Nebraska. But you know whose fucking career is also going to be dead?
Who's that?
J. Cole's. And not because he did anything, but because his next album is apparently going to be his last one.
He retires, yeah.
He's going to finally retire. I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about that?
I feel like once an artist hits like that decade mark, and like maybe even a little over a decade, like Cole, yeah, I think it's well earned. Oh, the off season was his last album.
That was the last album
that he did. Yeah, I feel like he just with Cole, nothing against him. I'm still a fan. I'm not a hater whatsoever.
True fan's a critic. So.
I suppose, and it's like he hasn't dropped a notch for me or anything. It's just like I've never felt like he's done enough new with his voice. And I don't mean just literally his voice. I just mean like, like a way he approaches a song. Like
it's always the same.
Yeah, I'm just simply explaining why like I haven't been listening to Cole like religiously is all I'm saying.
Yeah, and really neither have I. I have my select songs that I've heard, and like the most recent one was probably Middle Child is probably the most recent one I have, and that's like 2018.
So to hear that he's retiring, it's just like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
Is he going to be like more of a producer probably, do you think?
I mean, he's produced throughout his career anyway, so
well, yeah.
He produces all his own stuff, and then on top of that, he's produced stuff for other people, so yeah, I could see him doing that. I doubt he's just going to drop music. I don't think
he's going to drop music either. Because for a guy like him, it would be really hard to just drop that all together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think he's just saying like, hey, this is the last time I'm going to be like competing in the rap game.
And claiming I'm the best. Yeah. Whatever the fuck, whatever kind of weird
Cole's
thing.
never said he's the best. Like,
well, yeah, he's always said like the key, like there is no king. It's just like we're all
quick to say no. Even in a freestyle that he did recently, he said how Kendrick and Drake are above him in his mind.
That's fair. I wouldn't say Drake's above him,
but
I would say Kendrick is, but I wouldn't say Drake is.
It's like he says it like almost in like popularity value.
Yeah, and which is fair, but I will say Drake's popularity is driven by fucking Gen Zers who are fucking retarded. So
yeah, I'm still surprised that Drake is a thing.
Dude, I don't understand Drake. That's the thing. I don't get him.
I don't get why he's still a thing.
Yes. And I don't understand why, like, they think he's good.
Like, I've gotten past the point that I don't understand him. Now it's like you know what? I haven't felt like this since like the Transformers films, those Michael Bay Transformers films. When every year every other year they would come out with one, and people would go to see him. And I'm like, what? How many times do y'all need to go see these stupid ass fucking movies to know that they're fucking stupid? Well, it really dropped off
after like the second one. You know what I mean?
Then people finally, after like the sixth one, caught up to the fact that these movies are
when they brought the fucking prehistoric dinosaurs into it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it took. Never mind all the fart jokes and racist jokes and sexist jokes and stupid shit. Following humans instead of Transformers. It's the same goddamn movie made every time.
Bumblebee peed on a guy.
I was gonna say, and that's in the first one, right?
Yeah.
We should have known then. But like, dude, they lost me the moment. In the second one, the moment Bumblebee opens his mouth and it's the fucking radio playing. I'm like, fuck you, movie. Bumblebee regained his ability to speak at the end of the first one. You think I'm fucking stupid?
Did you really even like that voice?
No, it's
awful.
And that is why I bet you most of the fucking public forgot that he even regained the ability to speak.
Never did. I always remembered that and always brought that up in every other fucking Star Wars
Dude, it's the whole reason
film.
why they stay. He asked Optimus Prime permission to speak, sir. Optimus is like, man, old friend, it's so great to hear you speak, whatever. He's like, look, I just want to stay with the boy. And Optimus Prime is like, you know what? Not only can you stay, we'll all stay. Bumblebee. We'll roll out on Earth. From here on in.
But technically they do. He almost doesn't, like, what, the third one or whatever? Or wait, which one does he go evil?
I think that's the fourth one.
Mm-hmm.
See, I hate watch those movies. That's why I could probably tell you what happens in each one of them. Because I hate watch the fuck. I hate those movies.
But it made you remember them, didn't it?
I remember because of how stupid it is. And I couldn't believe that people
stupider than the first Wolverine movie.
The 3 hours or so in the fucking theater to watch those movies. Dude, the last one I saw in theaters was the second one, and like I said, that moment came up with Bumblebee. I was like, "Fuck you! I will not be back." And then the rest of that shitty movie proceeded to happen. Anyway, but that's how Drake makes me feel.
Man, just like, you hate him like that bad? Goddamn.
Yes.
I feel you, so do I. He's a piece. He sucks.
I don't get it.
There's
so many.
He was so like
incriminating things about this person.
Well, there's that.
No, I mean fuck. Even legally speaking, I just mean like street cred wise.
Yeah,
like
you
know what I'm saying? Like he's fucking he's a poser.
He is.
He's a vulture.
Well,
so many unlikable things.
From a dude whose career started on Degrassi? I mean, for real, let's be real here. He started on Degrassi before he ever became a rapper.
Again, street cred.
Awful.
Diminished.
Well, it was diminished from the start. Like, nobody did the research.
Diminished just from that point. But it's like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I listened to Drake when he was the breath of fresh air that he was.
Yeah, but this is also talking like 2010.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But I've gone back to those songs and I'm like, dude, what were we on?
I mean, there's a few that I do go back.
Where he caught something that no one ever touched.
Best I ever had. That's still a good one.
He did things with rap flows that no one had, for whatever reason, done before. And if they had, no one had ever really been exposed to it. But
damn Canadians.
Still, like, even those nuances are they're far in between and they're so short and so minute that it's just like, I can't believe that we were really digging this guy that hard, that heavy, to lead him to now being past 10 years strong.
He loves it. He loves them youngins too. Let's not forget that. He loves them youngins. You know, that's always fun. That's always fun in the rap game to fucking be like, hey, you know who's fucking more popular than me? Kendrick, which I understand. And that weirdo fucking Drake over there. I just don't get it.
I don't get it.
And I don't get how people put him in top fives of anything.
It's because the volume that he releases music.
He releases in fucking bunches.
He releases so much, and that helps.
Because he knows the algorithm.
Because then you're playing the laws of averages.
He's playing the law of the algorithm. That's the thing. He's just... The thing that I give Drake credit for is, as much as I hate his raps nowadays, he is a smart dude when it comes to, hey, what's gonna get me the most views?
What makes me mad is that when I see how many streams he gets, it makes me envision all of the, like, basic bitches.
Oh, you know, there's plenty out there
playing in the background while they're like putting on their makeup or some shit.
Always.
Not listening to a fucking word he's saying, just playing him because he's Drake and.
It's awful.
Or they have him playing in the background while they do their fucking TikTok or Instagram videos. God knows.
They're
I'm just
awful.
thinking of all these basic bitches.
There's a lot of fucking young dudes that I fucking have met, and I mean 18 and younger, that fucking are just listening to Drake nonstop, and they're always like, oh, what about this song? And I'm like, it sucks. You know what I mean? Like, and I hate saying it, but I will agree with you. It's probably a good majority women, but but it's the dumb boys. It's the dumb boys that are coming up nowadays. And I hate saying it because I'm about to go see a dumb boy at a fucking wrestling meet like in a week or two.
It's awful.
But, well, it's also the generation. You know what I mean? Like, we're just calling the kettle black at this point. But let's be absolutely fucking fair here. With every generation that's come up, including ours, we did not have great technology until now. Right. These kids now are getting into virtual reality. They're getting into streaming, where fucking TV is really not a fucking thing anymore. No. You have a TV, but you're not sitting down and watching like cable. You're sitting down and watching streaming services. You're sitting down and watching YouTube. You're sitting down and watching God knows whatever the fuck, DuckDuckGo, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, it's a completely different age. And if you're not watching TV, you got an iPad, you got a fucking iPhone, you got a fucking Kindle, you got a whatever the fuck, you got a fucking Switch over there, you got a fucking whatever the hell. Like, kids' brains are so fucking I would say overstimulated with just all of what life has now. It kind of fucks with them.
It desensitizes them.
Yes, it desensitizes them. Hardcore.
Yeah,
like, and I mean bad. And don't get me wrong, I'm guilty of it too, because I've gone into that fucking... I've gone with the trend of, I really don't watch TV unless it's sports related. Because where I'm at now, I have the means to watch on cable, but if I didn't, I wouldn't even try to go and watch cable. I wouldn't go to a bar and try to watch a fucking game. Really wouldn't. I have a fucking means to pull it up on my fucking laptop or something and watch it for free. You can hear it from me now. I use illegal shit all the fucking time. What do you think a VPN is? VPNs are literally illegal shit so you can get around the networks to watch shit illegally. That's literally what VPNs are, and people pay for those, and they're fucking commercials on...
That's what I love.
YouTubers' fucking channels and shit.
They hire film crews and actors to shoot advertisements for fucking...
Advertisements?
Yes. That's what I said. Advertisements. That's
those
another.
White Claws getting to you? No, you said I said advertisement.
No, that's the American way of saying
Oh.
it, but that's not the only way to say
Oh, true. Are you drunk?
it. No, I'm not drunk. I like that
sounds like
way
a
of saying it. I could pull up a dozen people saying advertisements for you.
That's
if you
so
want me to.
weird.
That's why I like saying it like that. Still English, goddammit. They make ads for VPNs that allow you to see things illegally, but
And
they
not get
then
tracked.
complain about you pirating the show or movie that they worked on. You know, so stupid.
So stupid. And honestly, I see it all the time watching YouTube, because most of the time they get YouTubers and they're like, hey, you know what's good? Surfshark VPN, or like Express VPN, or some shit like that. And I'm like, they just throw it out there. Like you said, like, it's so funny that they act like there aren't means to get around this shit. And now, granted, they put in the thing of you won't be tracked, which is fine, because nobody wants to get tracked by anything.
Yeah.
But it still comes down to you're watching shit illegally. You're still watching it illegally.
Because that's the thing, is like, what would the general person be worried about getting tracked for doing?
Oh my god, they're gonna see my porn searches. Oh darn, I'm so worried. Oh, I don't give a fuck. I'm sure the government
That's
has
why
seen
VPNs.
worse.
That's why it got to that point where they had like to do more flashy advertisements for VPNs.
What the hell was that?
Because
Did you hear that too?
people don't need them.
Oh, that was weird.
There's a kid screaming bloody
Please
murder.
tell me that caught on the tape.
I will have to play it back.
Okay, because that was fucking weird. That was fucking weird.
I'm gonna note the time. Speaking of TV,
Yes.
you know what plays on TV from time to time?
What?
Wrestling. Mm-hmm. You know,
Now, which wrestling are you talking about here?
pro wrestling.
Well, of course, but which pro wrestling?
WWE, WWF, you know, that sort of foundation.
Yeah.
So you know that sort of foundation comes Booker T.
Yes.
Okay.
What about Mr. Booker?
Well, you know, Booker T was doing a little promo for a fight.
With his own company, wasn't it?
I'm assuming with Hulk Hogan.
Oh, I think I heard about this. Yeah.
Because he's addressing Hogan in this promo. And
you know Booker T can put on a good promo, man.
And let's just say that this promo aged like fine wine.
Is this an old promo?
This is an old promo.
Okay.
This is early T.
Okay. Did you call him a racist bastard?
I'm just gonna play this.
Okay.
And just leave it at that. And I just want you to enjoy. All right?
Okay.
All right.
Expect the same thing is going to happen in this four-quarter match.
Let me tell you something, Gino, and you out here talking about a clique. The only clique you need to know about is the Harlem Heat and Sister Sherry. See, because what you dealing with here is the brotherhood. It's non-stop from this point on in WCW. We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
I should point out for the record, Stevie Ray, look at this. Take a look. We're talking about the rack, the torture rack of Lex Luger, and what about the choke slam?
Look at him, he's trying so hard. He's trying so hard to play it off.
No, I've seen interviews of people who watched that and like knew the insides of it, and he's like, that's why he looked away.
Man,
he was looking at one of the crew members because he knew, because they had to go with that clip. That was the thing, because when WCW did a lot of the times, it was live.
Yeah.
But they would tape it at the same time. So like they would do it early, but they would go with one take. You know what I mean?
Exactly, because the show got to go on.
And he looks off to the
show must
fucking
go
camera.
on.
He looks off to the side and he's looking at him. And that's why Sherry's just patting his head, patting his
like, okay.
chin. Because like she's trying to play a heel, but at the same time she knows what he just did. He's
The
like,
same thing
damn
is going
it.
to happen in this four-quarter match.
Let me tell you something, Gino.
I just love that it looks like he looks like he's
Well,
like,
and then they have to go to his fucking brother over here, who's not great on the mic at all.
Right.
You know, and like the dude who just said it just.
But I love how he looks like his career is just over after that.
He comes on.
We want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Shit, I'm fired.
You know, but he doesn't say it with a hard ER though. You know, I mean, it's
No,
no, you know what I mean. It was like, hey, it was like if he was talking to him like
No,
like,
yeah,
in an actual, well, maybe not an actual fight, but like he's playing with like one of his boys, and he's like cutting a promo in front of him, kind of thing. He forgot what color Hulk Hogan was.
Yeah, no, that's
you know?
literally what happened. He was just too comfortable, and was playing the character. He was having fun. That's all it was. He was having fun, and the real nigga came out because he was just having fun. He felt open and vulnerable and comfortable.
But it's better that it happened in the late night, in the 90s.
Yes.
Because back then, well, and especially with him because he is black, he's like, oh, okay, it's fine because he said that. It was just like, damn it.
Yeah. No, it's
damn
great.
it.
It's great. But yeah, I was just saying, like, it's funny. It's kind of ironic that he ends up called Hulk Hogan of all wrestlers a nigga.
Yeah, and then Hulk Hogan fucking said some really fucking racist
Hogan,
shit later.
As you were just saying, he actually used the R.
Oh yeah, he used the hard ER fucking in his hotel room, which is always fair enough. Like, that reporter did go up to his room and fucking invaded his privacy.
Mm-hmm.
But shouldn't be thrown around that hard ER with no matter who the fuck you're talking to, like that. And I would guarantee that Hulk Hogan was talking to a white guy.
But apparently Booker T 5 years ago was saying that he feels like it's time that we forgive Hulk Hogan.
I saw his daughter had said that he might be in some talks with WWE about coming back for WrestleMania, and I'd love to get your take on that.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts on that is, you look at me, I'm a kid who went to prison when I was a young man, and I remember a man by the name of Bruce Kasarch. He stuck his hand out, and he gave me a chance. He believed in me. He gave me a chance to redeem myself and prove my worth, and that's one of the reasons I'm here today. Hulk Hogan, he made a mistake. Every man deserves a second chance, and if he gets back in, I'm going to support him 100% because I remember being that kid in WCW, and he supported me 100%.
Right. And and that goes back to that promo. That's probably why he said that, because he probably said that in the locker room with Hogan while rehearsing the promo.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Or like thinking of like what to say in the promo beforehand. That was an interview in like 2016, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that was 5 years ago.
I think Hulk Hogan has been redeemed and all that shit because WWE just wants to be absolutely retarded and like try to act like for fucking 3 years Hulk Hogan did not exist.
Yeah.
Which, I'm sorry, WWE. I know you think you're the big fucking power of pro wrestling as a whole. You're not. Okay, no fan is just gonna fucking absolutely forget Hulk Hogan just because you decided to try to take him out of your record books.
Right.
He literally made you guys in the 80s. Like, they should drop it. But you know who fucking needs to drop all this shit?
Who?
The people who are coming after Joe Rogan about the whole him saying the N-word thing. Now, I'm sure you've seen this floating around the interwebs and the fucking what have you and the fucking ads and all the fucking clickbaity articles and all that other shit.
Mm-hmm.
He already came out and apologized for what he had done and all that other stuff, which is completely fine. I mean, Joe doesn't need any defending by any means. But, it's anybody who has a compilation, I get it. Yes, he says a lot. But a lot of those things are taken out of context. A lot of the times granted, he's stating something that was said in that manner. Or, like, maybe he did say it. But, like, it's not in a fucking threatening way or something like that. I don't know. It's weird.
I'm sorry. There's a gap for me. Can you please tell me what exactly are the words being used against
the N-word? Like him saying nigga, like a bunch. Like him saying.
Wait, hold on. Time out. When you say the N-word nigga, I just want to make sure. Are you saying he said it with the ER?
I believe he said both. He said both before.
Right. So I would assume the times with the ER was really taken out of context.
That's what I mean, because normally, from what I've seen,
don't
see him say. Why would he say that out of context?
Why would we want to cancel Joe Rogan for using the actual N-word
for something he was probably talking
when
about.
he's friends with countless amounts of black people.
And that's my thing. That is my thing. Because don't get me wrong. I mean, granted, some people will fucking, like I said, they're like, oh my god, he said it, blah, blah, blah. I can look at a fuck ton of other comedians that have said it too. And it's like...
I'm sorry. That's news to me. I didn't know.
Really?
I knew he was being attacked. And I know you told me this, but I didn't know there was ER in there. And I didn't know it was... Plus, since you told me, he's actually been, like, getting pretty docked by it.
Yeah.
He's been getting kind of hit by it.
Yeah.
Just, nothing he can't shake off or move on from. But
Which is going to happen because
But I'm just saying,
that,
when you told me, I was just like, all right, whatever. But I didn't know how serious it was. Now that you tell me that, now I get it. But still, at the same time...
It's like you don't get it. Because...
Why?
Well, yeah, because, like... This is my thing. Half of the time when he says those things, because again, this compilation that came out, I went and watched it. Half of the time it doesn't have the whole thing of what he's explaining. It just says him saying the hard ER. And yes, that would make anybody look bad.
I'm sorry, I hate to pull this card, but I'll pull it for him. It must be coming from a sense of jealousy. I don't see why we must attack this person just because he's successful, just for the sake of attacking.
Yes.
Because we need to attack a successful person. I don't understand. Like, because he's doing something that you could be doing, or whatever your motive is for feeling that way.
Yeah.
I just don't get the need.
And what's crazy, I talked to somebody about this not too long ago, and this person was under the impression of he just needs to stay in his lane, and I'm like, okay, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, just UFC commentating and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, what about his stand-up? That's not something he should stay in his lane. He's like, what? I'm like, he's been a stand-up longer than he's been in the doing UFC commentating.
And that is the thing. And see, we touched on this before. Like, yeah,
he's a fucking comedian too. On top of that,
if you go into listening to his podcast, if you don't know that Joe is literally a comic to his core,
yes,
then yes, you are going to be offended by
a lot of things.
Literally
he says.
every other thing he says.
Or because you don't like the fact that he has a certain political view that he fucking talks with. It's like, I don't fucking care. I don't pay attention to that part. Hey, this is the thing. If it gets to that point where it starts to get political, you know what you can do? What? You can skip. You can skip it where he stops talking about that and skip to the episode where he stops talking about that. Like, I just hate that people's, like, they're like, well, he always fucking leans it towards this fucking direction. I'm like, okay, well, who is he fucking in there talking with? You know what I mean? Like, it's usually, like, who is he talking with when he's talking about this? Because normally...
I'm saying, how many of the people that are going on and on about him saying those words actually listen to him?
That's my fucking point. You know what I mean? Because even the guy I was talking to about it, I'm like, how often do you actually listen to Joe Rogan? He's like,
and by me asking that, I mean, like, literally listen to just what, not even, I'm telling you, there's so many people, I bet you, I'm willing to bet money that the majority of the people that are crying out loud about all that haven't heard anything from him other than those compilations.
Pretty much. That's always what it comes down to.
And then right below that are the people who just tune in to see the person they are interested getting interviewed, that they follow. And then, that's the one time.
It's like, Jesus Christ, hit a bowl and fucking relax, will you? Like, God, like, I'm serious. Like, when did everything stop being just like, hey, this is fucking for entertainment? When did people have to fucking start looking so deep into shit? And I'm serious. Like, it's fucking insane. Like, you can't have fun with anything anymore.
Speaking of looking into deep, I liked that choice of words. BJ.
What? What did you look too deep into now?
BJ, it's not me looking in too deep. I mean, I guess, in a sense, we've all looked in too deep into something. But
we've gone down those rabbit holes.
Things are more dangerous than others. BJ... This episode should be brought to you by the letter T for transgender.
Oh, fun.
Because man.
Speaking of which, before you get to this,
Oh, by all means.
so I actually came across somebody the other day, and it's not like, oh my god, this is a big fucking moment, but for me it is, because I've never seen this. It was in an Arby's by where I work, and I go through the drive-through, and I'm about to give this person my fucking money, and it's clearly a girl, and I look at the name tag, and I'm glad I didn't fucking say anything, because God, it would have made a scene. But on the name tag it says they them. And I'm like, I'm looking at her because I'm gonna say her because I don't give a fuck. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, okay, it just kind of caught me off guard. I'm like, oh my god, wow,
You're right here in front of me.
the unicorn is real.
Yeah.
Holy shit, wow, they do exist.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah.
anyways, it just caught me off guard while I'm trying to sit there eating my sliders and my curly fries. I'm like,
it's funny.
oh my god.
I also just had a recent encounter. And
with my fucking jalapeno fucking poppers. And
I wasn't going to get into it.
Yeah.
And I won't, just for the sake of moving on. Yeah, man, I just, look, I'm not against one making a choice to live their life the way they feel it's meant to be lived.
Confusingly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
sometimes
I come across certain people that makes me just question, like, are you sure? Are you sure that are you sure that this are you positive that this is who you are? This is what you're meant to be. So I got here a transgender couple, BJ. And they're pregnant. All right.
Okay. I already know where this is going. The dude's pregnant, isn't he?
Oh, BJ.
Or
the dude's pregnant.
The dude.
That dude is pregnant. All right.
Which dude are we talking about here?
He's not a full-on dude, and she's pregnant. I'm sorry, I meant he's pregnant. I'm sorry, I meant they're pregnant.
Is this an old story, or like is this something older, or is this current?
This is recent. This was last year.
Because there was something many years ago. Well, I say many years ago, but I would probably say 5 years ago. It was something to that extent as well.
BJ?
But it was.
I need you to watch this video.
Okay.
I need you to watch this video.
Maybe it's the same dude.
I really need you to watch this video with me, okay? Can we just watch this video with me?
Alright.
Hi, Mama. Do you have a minute to talk? Yeah. You know, early on, we had a little hiccup with not wanting to sign a gender sex the baby.
Chick became a man, and the other one was a dude who became a woman. On the left.
You are correct, sir. And yeah, so the one on
fake grandma titties on the left.
The one on the right is the pregnant one. Yeah, the baby's from a past relationship.
You know, Mom is having a really difficult time with like not assigning a gender or sex to the baby.
Did you catch that?
We're not gonna assign a gender to the baby. Well, here's the problem with that, folks. It's born a certain gender. It either has a penis or it has a vagina. And whatever one that is, it's what it is.
So, welcome to my conversation of, are you sure this is what you believe? Or are you just downright just delusional? Because you're that selfish that you want something that bad. You want to believe that you are a man, miss, and you want to believe that you are a ma'am, sir.
Yeah. But
go ahead.
But I was gonna say, you also gotta remember, I mean, we don't know, besides this story, we don't know anything about these people, about like how, I'm sure these guys had pretty fucking rough lives.
Had to.
You
know what I'm saying? And that's my point. This is not, would you have come to this decision in your life?
You can clearly tell that chick is a dude on the left.
Had you not gone through whatever it is you've gone through? I'm sorry, what'd you say?
No, that chick on that. The chick on the left, you can clearly tell was a dude at first from that.
Oh, you're gonna
smile.
love her.
I'm sure.
Like it is at a deranged point. Like okay, I'm just gonna keep
go
going.
for it.
Having a baby. I am very unprepared to give birth by myself. Something's coming. Something's coming. Oh my god. I don't know what to do. Oh, I just put it over here.
The baby has been able to latch, but I've not been able to produce any milk. That's okay, because we're gonna supplement the feeding with formula so that...
You're not supplementing. What are you supplementing? Oh, breast milk? Something that you cannot naturally produce?
No matter what. And I don't even think with fucking all those pills can you actually produce milk.
The fact that they instantly put that baby on their nipple, the baby hadn't breathed fresh air for 2 seconds and has already got this man titty down his throat.
Oh my god, dude. I mean, it's just... This is the thing where I'm like, okay, you guys gotta rein in your fucking kind here. And I'm just saying that for certain reasons. This is fucking insane. Minus the fact of, like you said, yes, these are transgender. I could give a fuck less if these people are transgender and have a baby. But that alone, these people are fucking stupid. And I mean that.
It's like they're the type of people that if trans wasn't a thing, they'd still be off doing something fucking stupid and nuts. I don't want to make it seem like I think getting a transition is a stupid or nuts thing to do.
No,
it's
but when you act like
do
this,
it or in the process of doing it, you go about it
like this.
When
this
you
is
have
when
a
it's
newborn child on your male chest
that your he/she man husband just had. Let's be
baby, you're starving this child.
Yes, this baby's gonna die.
This child is not even a day old.
No, it's fucking like, this is so stupid. This is how fucking kids in the future are gonna get fucked up, dude. And I hate saying it because, you guys are just being old-timey and fucking staying in the past. No! It's when you fucking make dumb-ass decisions like this.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm sorry. I remember being a kid, and I don't mean that in a self-absorbed way. I mean, I remember being a kid and being amongst my peers at the time, fellow kids, and... Dude, you don't think about shit like that.
No!
You don't
shouldn't
need
have to
be respectful
That's
to the
the
child's individuality and be like, we're not gonna assume its gender. No, bitch. The gender has been assumed of what the fuck, what it is, okay? So you let that child live its life, and then if they come to that naturally and gradually, then so fucking be it. But I'll tell you this much, we don't come to it on our own.
Dude, they're smoking some heavy crack. That's all I gotta say, man. I have never.
Like,
I have
right
seen,
now. You're already forcing your own.
It's like
crazy.
It's like trans people don't need stuff that makes them look in a negative light. This makes them look bad in a negative light, and these people ain't even trying. That's the problem here. These people aren't even trying, and they're doing a terrible fucking job.
That's what I'm saying. Whenever that's what I was like when it was a thing, when the movement was like, getting traction. I was like, hey, I support y'all unless it gets out of hand. And then we had the, it is ma'am, at GameStop or whatever the fuck. And I was like, all right, see, it's getting kind of out of hand there. And they were like, no, we got him, he's out, he's X'd out, don't even work. Ixnay on the it's ma'am, it's ma'am's a. But yeah, and then you see this, and it's just like, all right, like, we gotta, come on now. We gotta have people be evaluated before they go through this decision or something. I don't know.
I mean, these people, here's the thing. These people made the decision later in life, so
At
whatever.
least, right.
Whatever.
At least,
but where the problem lies is when fucking people try to start doing it for younger kids.
Exactly. That is the main.
That's the main issue. I could give a fuck less if you do it when you're like an older, weirder adult, and you decide to do it. That's fine.
Yeah, that's the main thing that's bumping against my moral compass.
Do not push this on fucking young kids that aren't even in teens yet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they haven't even hit double digits in life yet. Don't even start pushing this crap on them
I was just about to say, I think maybe
I shouldn't say crap, but this kind of fucking thinking on them yet.
I was going to retract what I just said and rephrase it and just be like, you know what? I'm going to find it and be like, you know what? Maybe pregnant trans people should be evaluated before they become trans.
Yes.
Because, good Lord, this is a mess.
That's probably a better way to put it, because not all trans people, I'm sure, fucking think this way or would be this dumb.
Yeah, because it's like, let's be real. What's really the main issue here?
It's the fact that these trans people are trying to be like, hey, we can nurse because he became a woman.
We could play the roles that we want to play with this newborn.
And nature's just going to take over and just guess it right away.
Yeah.
No, bitch, that's not how biology
That's what I'm saying.
works.
Like, you're playing house.
You're trying to play house with biology that's not going to fucking do it for you. No matter how much fucking surgery or plastic surgery tries to play God. And I'm sorry, that is the one thing with this that I don't fucking understand. I don't get it.
I don't get it. That's what I'm saying. It should be enough for you to, ma'am, be looking like a mister, and mister be looking like a ma'am. But no, it's fucking... They take it to a whole nother disgusting, disturbing, despicable level with the involvement of the child.
Hey, found a new porn lead on Pornhub.
Well, all right, let's get back to it.
My baby's still getting the nutrients that they need. I appreciate you so much for all your work.
I appreciate you also, baby. I couldn't have done it without you. She's just still asking if it's a boy or a girl, and it's really frustrating. My mom wants to be so involved, but she doesn't really understand like why we don't want to assign a gender or a sex to our baby.
Publicly, we're gonna be calling the baby Negunit. In the Nahuatl language, Negunit means the baby.
They named the baby.
The baby.
The baby.
This is stupider than Kanye West's kids.
Like, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say that I hope this child, after this show aired, I hope this child got taken, because
these people are unstable, dude.
What more of a disconnect do you need? You just call the baby is the baby. Like, fuck that. That's a soul and mind of its own that you're so-called respecting, dude. Like, what? You see what I'm talking about? Like, this is a problem. This is a real
not
problem.
good. This is not good at all.
This could be an epidemic.
I mean, it's... What the fuck does this person call himself? Hana?
Hold up, I can't see past the fucking captions. Hanli? Hanli?
What?
Ahanu? Is that a U or a L-I?
I don't know.
Yeah, anyway.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I'm so confused by this. On so many levels.
It's not the body that I'm used to. Seeing what it looks like now, and then the tearing to my vagina really me up. The telltale stretch marks that I've given birth. In Washington, D.C., if you don't check like the M or the F box on that birth certificate application, it becomes incredibly difficult to receive a birth certificate.
No fucking shit,
I guess
dude.
that's really it. It's like, I have a huge amount of respect and regard for people who are trans and that don't bullshit. They don't act like they weren't who they, like that whole thing of like my body's looking like not what I'm used to or whatever the fuck. And it's like, dude, like, just you should know.
You should know that you
should
gave
know
birth.
that is who you are. You should know that you were born a woman. That is the whole thing that led you into getting transitioned. Like, I don't get that. That is what I mean by the deluded, deranged mentality of this whole thing with some of these people. It's just like, dude, don't act like you were born like this. Otherwise, why did you get transitioned? Why do you want to be recognized as trans, yet you want to act like you were born that way?
Because it's still something that nobody really truly understands.
I thought it was your soul that was born that way. Now it's your body.
Well, I thought that was at first. I don't even know. Excuse me. That's why I'm glad I know exactly what I fucking am, and I like vagina. No offense to trans people. Like, if you're confused and you don't fucking get, like, cool, you know, you want to go explore and try to figure out who the fuck you are.
I can't tell you how many times though I'll like meet someone for casual sex, and I say someone because I'm worried that they might be trans.
Right?
Now, I'm for certain that I haven't been with a trans woman, but I'm saying, like, every time that I walk away from a real woman, I think to myself, okay, this is a good way to end. This is a good one to go out on. She was legit, all right? Let's not
push our luck any further.
Exactly,
here.
Dude. It's a gamble, man. I mean, there's some convincing gals out there.
I've only been tricked once, but the one I got tricked by, I was like, you know what? You actually did a good job. You tricked me. I wouldn't have done anything with you, but all right. I mean, it's also a thing of now. It doesn't necessarily fall on the straight person. If you're trans, you gotta fucking tell somebody.
Yeah.
You gotta fucking tell somebody because you can't trick somebody into that because
the thing is that the community has grown to a degree that you should be able to just look for a trans opposite sex.
Or a person who likes a trans.
That as well. There's plenty of those
I
too.
know plenty of those. Honestly, I actually know somebody who loves trans women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can find those. Those are fucking everywhere.
Yeah, there's tons of guys that love
Dig
that.
a chick with dick.
They love that because they can come inside them and won't get them pregnant. Let's get back to this.
They don't want to be daddies.
We're unable to even start an application because not only are we not assigning a sex to the baby, DC is forcing me to label myself as the mother, and that's not the case. Paterna is the mother.
No, she's not.
This whole
She
birth
didn't give
certificate
birth.
thing is really causing me a lot of hurt.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Trans women can be mothers. We are mothers. I'm your mother.
I love the fucking scary music.
I was gonna
at the
say,
end.
like, I love that they knew that this was fucked up. I love that they enabled it in the moment, but then when they're watching it back, they're like, we gotta play into how
I know
fucked up this
people are
is.
gonna hear this and be like, oh my god, you guys are so evil. No! Like, come on, you don't see anything wrong with that?
Dude, do you see how crazy that person
looks.
with the hair and the music didn't help, of course.
Mother!
But I'm your mother. I'm your mother.
That's like the
And it's
start
like-
of a fucking person who's gonna start killing people.
Dude, it's a horror flick, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that tells me that is childhood level trauma.
Something, man.
Like, that man was raped as a young boy or
Something
something
by his mom, by his dad, or
But
something.
you know, regardless, anywho, it's like, okay, you're
Uncle.
saying you're saying trans women can be mothers. Yes, you
Yes,
can.
you
You're
can.
saying I'm your mother. Yes, you are. But that doesn't mean you can breastfeed.
No.
That doesn't mean that you have to be on the birth certificate as the mother. Play the fucking game, play the system, and then you can live happily ever fucking after.
Seriously,
the
you-
fact that you are that dysfunctional and that deranged and
That
that
they have to just
deluded,
abide by that?
that you would really think that you could get away with putting y'all's as your trans selves on the birth certificate.
We
is
haven't even
nuts.
gotten that far, you know what I mean? Like, they're expecting something that hasn't even been talked about in legal terms at all.
So that I did end up going a little deep, and like I went through a little rabbit
I
hole,
can
and
see that.
I saw a few extremes. I saw some radicals out there on their side of things.
Oh, I would be
And you know,
shocked
like,
if there
this
wasn't.
was one of the tamer ones. I thought, like you were saying, like that gives them a bad rap.
Oh,
Like,
it does.
That does not help.
That puts all the progress they did back by like 10 steps.
But I wanted
you know
to
what
play
I mean?
this one because I found this interaction kind of entertaining.
Okay, let's see if it can taper down the
It's a little
bad.
more lighthearted.
Well, everybody when you're confronted by a trans woman, you're going to hide it. Everybody loves it. No,
They
I don't
take
think so.
pictures of it. They post it. 9 out of 10 customers love it.
Yeah, you know what? It's bull.
No, what you're spouting is bull.
No, it's not. Trans women are women, sir. That sign is bull. As a trans woman, trans women are women. Your
Well,
sign
I'm
is
telling you,
bullshit.
as a man, that's bullshit.
Okay.
You know what? Nobody confronts your ass. That's the problem.
I shouldn't be
If they
laughing
say,
at this.
really? What the
Right?
What the is
You know what I have?
I
They
mean,
make a great duo. Like they should do like a series of like.
There have to tolerate
Well,
that
like,
shit.
this is the thing. This is the fucking thing with this trans lady. I am not disagreeing with her because Dr. Seuss is completely out fucking dated. You know, it's from the 40s or whatever, so it has its own thing. But you're arguing with a man who is definitely about that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get through to this 80-year-old dude who's been set in his ways for years. You know what I mean?
And spoilers, he's a vet.
Yeah, and I could tell. Like, he looks like he's a vet. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get through to this guy. That's why it makes me laugh, because it's like, look, trans women, I get it, but you also got to read your fucking crowd. You're not going to get through to this old dude who's just like, dicks are dicks, vagina or vagina. You know what I mean? Like,
stepping on the other side of that, I could see walking down the street, being a trans woman, and seeing that sign on the outside of this shop. I could see why that would pull
you're also
some
in
sort
Washington.
Right, but I'm saying I could see how that could pull some kind of heartstring and make you want to go in there and just, you got to at least see the person that would dare to do something like that.
But once you do, though, shouldn't you just walk out the store?
But let me get one thing straight. If I'm me and I was trans, I would have just kept walking. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Right.
Because
you
I
see it's an
know,
old, crotchety old man. Why the fuck
but
do
I'm
you
saying
care?
I wouldn't even walked in to find out it was an old man.
Is he
I
wearing a
just
Sith shirt, too?
Yeah. I would have just kept going, man, because, like, what does
Join
it
the
fucking
dark
matter?
side of the Force.
Like, you have to expect that.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy how like trans women, trans men all fucking figure that everybody's just gonna be fucking cool with it.
You want acceptance, but you have to accept you're not going to be
get
accepted by everyone.
No, you're not. You're gonna have haters. You're gonna. You know what I mean?
Like, that goes for damn near any demographic.
Let me see how this ends. I
Yeah,
want to see how this. They should have a sitcom.
Do that. You know why? Every time some bullshit like this happens, my sales go up because people are wanting this.
Really?
You are nuts.
Let's wake you up.
You
to the
are
truth,
nuts.
sir.
You're not a woman. You don't look like a woman. You don't act like a woman.
Really?
You're
I mean,
ahead.
she's
What's wrong
arguing
with
like a
you?
woman, so
well,
it's
look
like
at
pretty
yourself,
close.
for Christ's sakes.
Really?
For Christ's sakes, who would want to even be close? My God.
Really?
It's horrible.
I don't know why.
You
am I,
are not.
Why am I so
you
horrible
are
to
not
you?
a chick.
Why am I so horrible to
Do you
you?
still have a?
You know what? That is none of your business.
Do you think there's one person that really thinks that you're a chick?
I know a lot of people that agree with me and that accept me for who
Do you
I
know-
am. And the fact that you're going to be
Nobody,
here with a sign like that.
nobody confronts you. That's the problem. You make me
That's bullshit.
uncomfortable because
Really?
you're
Get the
not.
away from me.
Then you get out of my store.
I will.
Listen here,
Thank
you
you.
fucking
Thank
queer
you.
man. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Get the fuck out of my store.
Christ, man, get a clue. Trans women are women. Get a women.
Leave.
I'm out of your store.
Fucking leave, dude.
You leave.
Woman, whatever.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have a?
You don't get to ask that.
What do you mean I don't get to ask you that?
Man to man, do you have a dick?
You're fucking standing there like, man, I still say you have a dick swinging between those thighs.
Because nobody confronts your stupid ass. You're nuts.
You need to back off.
You need to back off,
No, you do.
right?
So
You
back
went into
off.
my store, you
Now,
bitch.
I am trying to leave and you are
Why
following
don't you leave?
me. I'm gonna get a few more steps. Are you gonna keep
Damn, it's windy.
Or are you just gonna check my ass
You
out?
check it tonight.
I know you like this trans ass.
I would really like them to open their eyes and their heart and see that, you know, we are people, we are who we are.
Some people think it's hurtful.
Well,
He told us that this hurt.
But here's the thing. I don't give a about feelings anymore. I'm 70.
See? Exactly.
78.
He's a fucking...
I went to Vietnam to fight for all this.
Exactly.
Do you think I care about some feelings? Absolutely not.
It's exactly what I said, man. He's an old dude who doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a shit anymore, man. He's stuck with what he is. He doesn't give a fuck. That's what he is. Like, it's so fucking funny. And that's exactly what I thought his response was going to be. Because that's exactly... I think of it this way.
And the thing is...
And not to speak ill will of my dead grandpa, but, like, this is exactly how I'd expect him to react about something like this. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause he was like that. He was stuck in his ways, and at the time, he's old as fuck. He doesn't give a shit anymore. If he offends somebody, he doesn't give a fuck. What is he gonna do? Hurt his old, wrinkly old body that's already breaking down anyways? He doesn't give a fuck anymore. He doesn't give a shit. He's got 6 other kids that will defend him right behind him. He doesn't give a fuck. You kidding me? But yeah, anyway.
What I love about the video is that the two of them were having a pretty swell, great day, I'd imagine. And then
before they met each other,
they just came to cross paths.
If there's one thing we just learned from this video, there's 2 people in life that should never cross paths: trans men and old people. Definitely should never ever cross paths.
No.
Because
don't invite them to the same party.
No, unless you guys are related and they're cool with it. But don't ever invite a random old person over to any like trans thing you got, because you know, or if they know you're trans and you're gonna fucking start an argument with them, because all trans women are women. Like, I get her. I get her
clue.
Like, seriously, like like she doesn't understand that causes more problems than it does like causing awareness of that you're a woman. Like, again, like you said, if you truly fucking cared, and like, it's not to say that, okay, if you wanted to say something to the guy, fine, but you should have just said one little thing and left. You just don't turn it into this whole thing of like, the fact you have this in here is that he's 75 and doesn't give a fuck. He's selling his racist Dr. Seuss books. He doesn't give a fuck. Come on now. Know your fucking audience. Like, goddamn. I'd say that's more offensive than Joe saying the N-word. In my humble opinion. Read your fucking audience, goddammit. Like, I mean, I called it before I even saw it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not hard to tell.
Yeah.
And again, you're in Washington, not D.C. You're in Washington, all the way on the West Coast, man. You're not in California. You could get away with that in California, I'm sure. Washington's a different fucking beast. You know what the percentage of black people are in Washington? 0.8. There's more Asian people up there than there are black people. So that should fucking tell you something. Like, they ain't very with the fucking times, if you get what I mean. Maybe you should go be trans somewhere else. Like, literally, just move. Just move. Just move. I know we were just talking about trans people and all that shit, so this is not a good segue. At all. But new since the last time we recorded, everybody remembers Chapupa from the fucking one episode we did. That motherfucker's finally getting married. Finally getting fucking married, and I couldn't be fucking happier for the guy. Woo! And I already got my invite and fucking everything. What's even more fucking funny, my girlfriend, who has also been on has been on here before, she's gonna finally wear a dress and heels. Now, any regular person hears that and they're like, oh, well, why is that a big deal? Well, let me tell you, you know how many times I've seen my girlfriend wear heels or a dress? Well, the dress, none. Heels, once. You know what I mean? Like, this is a Kodiak moment in my relationship. I'm like, I actually get to see my girlfriend in a dress and heels. Hell yeah. But what else do you got over there?
I got nothing.
No,
that's a lie. That is.
I was gonna say, you don't have a junk tune or two? Okay.
You got me. Guilty as charged.
I was gonna say, you always have those in fucking stock. We went on pretty long rants about some weird shit.
Yeah, I totally spaced. I'm sorry about that.
The seltzers got to us.
Anyway, yeah. It's time for some junk tunes. Alright, my first junk tune, I got 2 of them. The first one is by the artist Jamie Sun. And the song is simply titled Light.
Okay.
And just a quick little fun fact about Jamie Sun. Sometime last year, he flew out to meet Drake with his girlfriend, who was also a fellow singer, and he left a single man.
I was gonna get that.
Drake fucked the shit out of his girlfriend the first night meeting. And then a week later, this song dropped with this music video.
This guy's gonna be a total bitch, isn't he?
Fire and scorcher.
Put this in a little portable fucking... I already hate this. No wonder Drake the fuck the shit out of your girlfriend. You suck ass.
It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Alright, it's alright, it's alright.
Is this like meant to be played in a fucking car or something? Like
all the fire will never fade. All the fire will bring us faith. Time looks dark, but there is a gate. Believe in light, let it resonate. I feel it all in my body. All the sun is upon me. The brightest fire lights my entire lifetime. Will be free. I will keep my light and I will shine just like my selenite. More you want me down, just the more you saw me rising right. I will trust my nature somewhere I don't feel the need to fight. Only see my vision, all the negative is out my sight. Walk by the waves of the flames that I hold. All what I see is just once what I told. Walk by the waves of the flames.
Positive energy.
All what I see is just once what I told.
look at that, man. Like
It's alright, it's alright.
Oh man.
Alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. You do, you do, you do, you do, you do, you do, you do.
the flames growing up out on his arms too. That didn't relate him. That it?
The galaxies and the universes.
That's my only lover. That's the only one that
Explode
loves
into
me.
energy.
Is this?
All right. It's all alright.
Why do you look like fucking, oh my god, what am I trying to think of here? Oh, it's escaping me. He looks like, T.I. with like...
With the Tommy Hilfiger figure on.
Yeah,
What?
he looks like T.I.
T.I.
with like... I'm trying to think. He looks like... What the fuck? A little bird?
Little
What the hell?
BTS right here. Directed by Jamie's son.
Yeah, no shit. That was awful.
Man, that was some intense direction he was given.
No wonder the shit had to be put in slow-mo because he only had to do it for 10 seconds. And like,
Yep.
this will stretch out for a fucking 3-minute video, all right?
No, he did say every lyric. So give him that.
That was absolute dog shit.
All right, fuck all that. We came here for the main attraction. Yeah, that was
was awful.
Dude, I mean, on the scale that we've acclimated in
That
this
was pretty
journey,
bad. That was pretty bad.
I'd give that a 3.
I'd give that a solid 2.7, maybe.
Fair enough.
Maybe. Only a 3 because Drake went and fucked your girlfriend for good reason. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. You need to see the light, man. You suck ass.
Dude, his girl's no better. I could pull up
Fair
some
enough.
of her songs, but I won't. She
sounds like a
her
ratchet
music,
bitch anyways.
She isn't ratchet, but her
No.
music is just pretentious
Dog
and
shit.
trashy like that. It's just garbage. Just fake woke, fake deep shit, you know.
Right. That's funny.
But all right, no, we came here to see Raid. I'm assuming is how he pronounces his name.
Raid.
He's an Australian rapper.
Okay.
And he's hitting us with the track, I Know She Wants Me Back. All right.
Baby. Ooh. Is this like the Australian version of Justin Bieber?
Let's peep the
Oh, he's
dope.
a rapper.
Let's
That's
peep
right.
the dope lyrics here.
Okay. Okay, he's running through an alleyway. Is that a tap out shirt? Oh no, it's Everlast.
Back again on this shit for you. 2010, baby. It's coming straight through you. You feel this, baby. It's coming straight through you. What? Coming back into my life now. Once the beat is made, I might say, what? What makes you think, girl, that I want you back? What makes you think, girl, that I'd have you back? All the shit and I did it to me. Seriously, my girl, like what the fuck was that? And all the dudes that you do to me, I'm telling you by now, my dear. You're wasting your time, I'm wasting mine too. And I know you trying to work your way around this thing, trying to get me back and have me there right next to you. But what you want from me, Something's holding on, and I don't know what it is right now, but I know she wants me back. Cause every time she tries to walk away, something's holding on, and I don't know what it is right now, but I know she wants me back. I know she wants me back. Cause every time she tries to walk away, something's holding on,
awful,
and I don't know what it is right now,
I dare say it was worse than the other one.
I know she wants me back.
At least the other one you can blare at a club and not hear what the fuck the dude is saying. This one's just pure garbage. If this is the best Australia has to offer, keep trying. Why do you look like half white, half Mexican, and half like Islander all at the same time? And you just belong nowhere.
Oh my god. Oh, stop. It kills me. It looks like one of my childhood.
This dude didn't know what the fuck to do. He didn't know what origin to pick, so he picked the absolute wrong one and tried. And failed. What the hell is this? Triple Productions? What?
Something's holding on, and I don't know what it is
shit,
right now, but I know she wants me
shit, he wasn't
back. Cause every time she
wasn't
tries to
finished.
walk away, something's holding on, and I don't know what it is right now, but I know she wants me back. I know she wants me back.
Oh, I think she left you
Cause every
for a
time she
reason.
tries
I
to
see
walk
why.
away, something's holding on, and I don't know what it is right now, but I know she wants me back. I know she wants me back. And every time I try to move on too, I keep on stumbling back on you. They say that you're coming back to be this state of mind. Say that you wanna be a mate of mine. Got me in a state of mind, not sure what to do no more. Trying to understand, don't try and understand me, girl. Just feel the vibe, feel the freak. Hear the jam, get the words on the street.
I think I just now caught onto the beat. I think I found it.
Like this girl, I like this girl. Why this girl keep fucking
The
with my
beat
head?
is
I
good.
couldn't get on his groove at first, but now I think I'm with it. I think I'm in sync.
Nobody wants to know, but
Yeah, I found it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be playing this on the way home. You know what? It's the third verse. That's what it was. The
Third verse is
killer.
good. Everything else has been absolute garbage.
Something's holding on.
He finally got it. He finally got it in the third verse. Like, this is gonna fucking hit.
Cause every time she tries to walk away, something's holding
Yeah,
on.
because it's so off with the fucking chorus, man.
She wants me back. I know she wants me back.
I mean, kind of, but it just doesn't work.
Something's holding on, and I don't know what it is right now, but I know she wants me back. I know she wants me back. And every time I try to move on too, I keep on stumbling back on you.
Sounds like a crackhead.
There you go, brother. Get out while you ahead.
Nope.
Finish it.
Go back to live in my hole now.
Yes. Yes.
That was awful.
Genius. Genius. No, dude, that was fucking absolute dog shit and a mockery of music. Not
like,
even
like
just
you said,
a genre.
the third verse was all right. Like that was fun. But even me with my fucking me hitting the floor today, that was awful.
I was just about to say, dude, that gave me a migraine. Like I was laughing to keep from crying. I just couldn't. It was like it was some kind of like, I don't know if there was some subliminal messaging going on, but there was something keeping me from closing the video. Like I couldn't get us out of that hell.
We had to see how it ended.
So I'm sorry, dear listener, but I'd say that was probably right below the squeak rap.
Yeah, that was pretty awful.
I say squeak rap still's got the crown, but
they
that
still has the crown jewel because that was just pure garbage.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot to top that one. But damn, that was close. Like I wanted to choose something.
He saved himself with that third because it all actually flowed.
Yeah.
And then it just went back to being shitty.
Yep.
It's like even like while they were shooting the music video, he's like, "Oh shit, this is really gonna hit! Fuck yeah!"
Dude.
It's so awful. Where was he?
I wonder
at?
who he had recording. Was it his mother? Was it his girlfriend at the time? Was it his best friend? Was it his brother? Was it his sister?
No, it was a camcorder he had on a tripod, and those were all shots that he just took by himself. Because it was produced by him.
Yeah, he just did the zoom in the fucking edit. Yeah, dude, it could have been some homeless person.
I mean, that seems to be easy down there in Australia. Or a giant ass spider. Or a kangaroo.
I forgot he was Australian.
Or an angry ass koala.
Maybe
bear.
that's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's an Australian sense of rhythm that I'm just not fully in tune with.
I would say not.
I'm trying to cut him some slack,
I've heard some Australian music before, and that in the way of the Australian music I've heard, garbage.
Yeah, man, I
Pure
say
garbage.
What that he said that was 2010. Then man, I hope you dropped the writing and just stuck with the beat producing, because that beat was solid. I'll give you the instrumental. The instrumental was nice. It was funky, but man, my eardrums. Okay. Now it's time for Yesterdays of Yesteryears.
Oh man.
Yes. Welcome to Yesterday Yesteryears, the part of the show where we go down history today. And today is February 13th. And the most memorable things that have happened on February 13th throughout history are: in 1542, Catherine Howard was executed for adultery. She was the 5th wife of England's King Henry VIII.
And now we just look at it as, whatever, sign some divorce papers, take half my shit, it's fine.
1875, Mrs. Edna Knaus gave birth to America's first quintuplets. All 5 of the baby boys died within 2 weeks.
Damn.
It just wasn't
sour luck.
I was gonna say there just wasn't enough nipple to go around.
Did they each go like
Oh my god.
I'm just saying.
They're just all at once, just in unison.
I would like to think they just each went one at a time.
Yeah, it had to have been one at a time, because like I said, there wasn't enough titty to go around. The last one is the quickest. Yeah, 1880. Thomas Edison observed what became known as the Edison effect for the first time. The Edison effect was the name given to a phenomenon that Edison observed in 1875 and refined later in 1883 while he was trying to improve his new lamp. The effect was, in a vacuum, electrons flow from a heated element, like an incandescent lamp filament, to a cooler metal plate.
Neat!
This effect became the basis for inventing the vacuum tube. 1889, Norman Coleman became the first U.S. Secretary of Agriculture.
Who the fuck? Who gets that job? Sounds like the most boring. What are you, the The head of agriculture.
That man must have grown the best tomatoes, I tell you.
And had no hair. Only hair on the sides, and wore a hat all the time. Guarantee it. Damn rat tomatoes.
1920, the League of Nations recognized the continued neutrality of Switzerland.
So they were just like, okay, well, you can stay neutral. It's fine. Damn
We
Swiss.
recognize again that you are remaining neutral.
And don't give a fuck.
And also in 1920, the National Negro Baseball League was organized.
Nice, and then quickly shut down about 20 years later.
1935, in Flemington, New Jersey, a jury found Bruno Richard Hauptmann guilty of the kidnapping and death of the infant son of Charles and Anne Lindbergh.
Oh, that whole
Hauptmann
thing.
was later executed for the crimes.
Did they ever say why? Like, was it like for money or something?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
It was something weird like that.
Desperate,
They were
yeah.
trying to ask for like money for ransom or something. Odd.
1960, France detonated its first atomic bomb. 1961, Frank
Killed everybody. Anyways.
1961, Frank Sinatra unveiled his own recording label, Reprise.
Is that still going, or is that like gone?
I've never heard of it, so I don't know. 1972.
Did not last long. Gotcha.
1972, Led Zeppelin was forced to cancel a concert in Singapore when officials wouldn't let them off the plane because of their long hair.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, there was like weird rules back then, like that, like some certain places like you couldn't have like certain types of hair or some shit like that. That's odd. Man, Led Zeppelin of all man. I'm sorry, Singapore. Fuck.
1991, hundreds of Iraqis were killed by 2 laser-guided bombs that destroyed an underground facility in Baghdad. U.S. officials identified the facility as a military installation, but Iraqi officials said it was a bomb shelter. A bomb shelter.
Well, I can tell you this: that bomb shelter didn't really work, did it? It didn't do its job. I'm not trying to be morbid, but damn, man.
Like they thought it was clever to be like, you dickheads, you bombed our bomb shelter. Like,
and the U.S. officials were like, we don't give a shit. We thought it was hostile. You guys shouldn't be living in caves. What can we say? Get with the times, you fucks.
1978, Al Green Day was declared in Los Angeles, California.
Al Green?
1982, the 300-pound gravestone on the grave of Lynyrd Skynyrd singer Ronnie Van Zant was stolen from an Orange Park, Florida cemetery. Police found it 2 weeks later in a dry riverbed.
That's dedication. Why the Let me ask you, why go through the trouble of stealing a 300-pound tombstone if you're just going to leave by the riverbed? What's the fucking point? What was the point of all that? Did they just get bored with it? They're just like, yeah, put it by the river, then it's fine.
Well, it probably was just like taking them forever to get back home with it. And they're like,
They weren't
shit,
prepared for
we
this?
gotta
Like,
ditch this.
What, are they doing it in their fucking Prius? Like, the fuck did they, what were they transporting it in? That they couldn't take it over? They didn't have a truck or something? The fuck? Don't gut it.
1983, Marvin Gaye sang the U.S. national anthem at the NBA All-Star Game. 1988, Michael Jackson bought a ranch in California that he called Neverland.
And then it stayed there and then became super creepy afterwards because everything fucking remained except for the animals.
1992, it was announced that Vince Neil was leaving Motley Crue. 1997, astronauts on Space Shuttle Discovery brought the Hubble Space Telescope aboard for a tune-up. The tune-up allowed the telescope to see further into the universe. 2000, Charles M. Schultz's last original Sunday Peanuts comic strip appeared in newspapers. Schultz had died the day before.
And yet they still continued it on in the in cartoons. It never died. It never dies.
2001, El Salvador was hit with an earthquake that measured 6.6 on the Richter scale. At least 400 people were killed.
Ah, pussy shit. We get that here on a daily basis. Ah, pussy shit.
2002. John Walker Lynn pled innocent to a 10-count federal indictment. He was charged with conspiring to kill Americans and aiding Osama bin Laden's terrorist network.
Wasn't that a bunch of people, though? He's not the only one. He didn't even succeed. There's people who succeeded. Like, he was just conspiring to do it.
Also, in 2002, former New York Mayor Rudolph Giuliani received an honorary knighthood from Queen Elizabeth II.
How the fuck does that make any sense? Is he even British?
But she be knighting everybody.
Yeah, but he's not even British.
Like, all you gotta do is walk her across the street and she'll knight you. All you gotta do is just compliment her shoes and she'll knight you.
Dude, what shoes? I can't believe she still has feet. I can't believe she's not dead yet. The hell?
2005, Ray Charles won 8 posthumous Grammy Awards for his final album, Genius Loves Company. 2008, Roger Clemens denied having taken performance-enhancing drugs in testimony before Congress.
Yep, and that's why he's still not in the Hall of Fame. Because you definitely took drugs, bud. You, Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, the lot of ya. Andy Pettit as well.
Also, in 2008, Hollywood writers ended a 100-day strike. The same 100-day strike that led to Transformers 2. And that was the most memorable things that have happened in yesterdays of yesteryear.
And now you could add the Rams won the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. And
the
LA Rams won the Super Bowl. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, what else do you want from me? You want to know what the weather was like today?
Shitty.
It was fucking cold.
It was fucking cold as shit.
How about you? Huh?
Warm. Sitting in your fucking outside chair, warm. Fucker.
Dude, I don't know why, man. I was at the grocery store. Just people are fucking weird, dude. I was at the grocery store. I'm checking out at self-checkout. And this chick who looks like your typical Karen, who looks like when we think Karen, this is who she was, you know. As I'm like paying for my stuff after I finally checked out all my stuff in self-checkout, she comes pushing her cart towards me from behind. I hear her coming. I turn around to see if it's like true, if my senses aren't deceiving me. And sure enough, she is coming full force at me, not even giving me the chance to fucking finish paying, getting my receipt, you know, get my cart all situated and just out of the fucking way. So now I'm like, you know, I'm going about my business, I'm paying and everything, and she's still coming. And she's like almost pacing herself as she's coming towards me, while also trying to like rush. It was weird. Then finally she gets like 2 steps close to me. And I turn around, and I was about to say something smart alecky. I was about to be like, you know, like, I don't know, if am I not going fast enough for you or something like that? And I open my mouth, and the moment I open my mouth, she goes, yeah, then when you get home, then you gotta take all of it up. Then you gotta take all that up. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, and that shit sucks. And I'm like, yep.
What the fuck?
And I just leave, and I'm just like, what in the fuck was that all about? Like, did she think this was my first time getting groceries? Like, I didn't understand. Like, what did she mean by that? It was very weird.
I think people are just impatient.
I don't think she meant to be impatient. Like, she struck me as someone who was just, like, embarrassed. You know, like, she didn't, it just was awkward. She didn't know what to do with the fact that I hadn't left yet, and she was already by the fucking, you know, the counter.
Yeah.
And that's what came out of her mouth, and it was just strange. Her husband was right there next to her, and he didn't say a fucking thing. It was just weird.
Yeah, I bet.
It's
I mean,
really
even when
fucking
I
weird.
went to the fucking gas station today, I think just people are just fucking weirdly impatient because there was an old dude who I'm trying to pay for shit, like at the corner of my eye. This dude is standing like not even 2 feet from me, waiting for me to be done. And it's not like I fucking care about the whole 6 feet apart rule. I really don't care. But you don't need to be that fucking close to me when I'm trying to pay for this shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can see you out of the corner of my... I get it. You want to pay for shit. I get it. Wait, you old fuck. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, she really... She said it just like that, too. She's just like, yeah, and then you get home, and then it's like, you just got to take all that stuff up. Like she said it like she really hates that too. I mean, like I don't know.
Anyways,
she was just like, that shit sucks.
The ramblings of a madman. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that wraps up the show today. We got really fucked up on White Claws, so that's our fault. But
time capsule today. That's what we told you.
Cause even yesterday is feeling like old news.
So some subjects will be a little late whenever we touch it. Like
cold food?
Yes, good looking out, bro.
No problem.
Opinions are like assholes.
We all got them. Leave a shit comment below.
Or if you prefer to be more formally written, contact us. Links in the description.
This has been BJ.
And don't forget Gene.
Thanks for listening.
But you probably won't remember a thing.
Damn, that shit was a joke.